Demonze, the Cypher. Prepare for another all-nighter.
On the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
Just the other night, Los Angeles Lakers playing a very big game against the Golden State Warriors, and one of the greatest players of all time in the history of the NBA, Kobe Bryant, suffered what probably, for the average player, would be a career-ending injury. It stopped Dominique Wilkins. He had the same injury back in '95, I believe, and he was never the same.
Never.
That. And he's one of the greatest scorers in the history of the league.
Yes.
So now you have Kobe Bryant with the very same injury, and kind of got me to thinking personally, like, should he just forget about it? Should he be done? I mean, because he's playing at a very high level.
Can I answer that question? Go ahead. Finish
but I think with that, should he hang it up? He's playing at a very high level up to this point. He was pretty much carrying this team on this playoff run that they're making right now. So, but is this something to where he should quit? And also, when you look at him, you look at what he was, what he Facebooked the night he got injured, like the rambling rant that he went on. You could tell just reading that wow, this guy's on a whole nother level competitively or like relentlessly than anybody else in performing in sports right now.
Yes. Yes, he has been, if you want to say blessed or cursed with the Michael Jordan competitiveness gene.
Yeah, he learned everything from Michael.
He learned everything from him. But this is my personal opinion. He's 34 or 35
34.
Now. He's 34. Yeah. This injury can set you back because it was a complete rupture.
Yes.
Can set you back 6 to 9 months. So he can come back and he'll be back at the surgery and rehab. And when the doctors say that he's ready, he's able to play maybe around January, February next year. But I watched the interview we had with Michael Wilbon on ESPN, and he flat out said to Michael, listen, I had to basically change my complete diet because I just have to be extra ready for the next game. Not like the duration of the season going to the playoffs. Just the next game. He has to be so physically prepared. Now, I know my boy, my best friend, shout out to you, Joe Tank, popped his Achilles 3 times.
Eee, wow.
3 times.
Is he in a wheelchair?
No, he's not. And we was actually out playing, like, practicing flag football type stuff. And he yelled out, who kicked me? It's like, dude, you by yourself. What are you talking about? And he looked at it, he's like, he just sat. He just knew right there. I popped my Achilles. And he texted me, let me know that Kobe was out. He's like, look at the way he's walking. Walking. Like, yeah, he's done. And he flat out said, like, listen, he will never be the same. At that age, to try to come back, if Kobe Bryant doesn't see that he's the Kobe Bryant, because he has a very, very massive ego.
Yes.
If he doesn't think that he's Kobe Bryant, I can really, really see him saying, I'm done. Because he already was talking about next year's going to be his last season anyway.
Exactly.
Anyway. So I can see it happening, yes.
And he's not going to come out there and be half of what he was.
No.
He's not going to – I don't see Kobe doing a Michael Jordan Wizards thing.
But Michael Jordan was just old.
Yeah, he wasn't bad.
Hurt.
He wasn't bad.
He was old. He wasn't bad. It was just his age caught up to him.
Yeah.
Kobe's a legit – this is a serious, serious injury.
Okay, so
yes.
You've got Kobe who – there's a couple issues I have with this entire injury situation where when you get the microphone in front of Mike D'Antoni and he's saying, well, pretty much Kobe can do what he wants to do. No, he doesn't. He should not have been playing 46 minutes for the past 7 games. That's too much wear and tear on his body. You got to look at, and that's why I keep telling you, Mike D'Antoni is not the right coach for the Lakers. Good coaches know how to manage older stars they have on their roster. I mean, you look, for instance, when Greg Popovich had Tim Duncan coming back, he limited his minutes. You had the same thing with Eric Spoelstra and D. Wade. He limits minutes. Yeah. You even had Rick Carlisle when Nowitzki was coming back. He came off the bench. Doc Rivers with Kevin Garnett, he gives him days off to manage the fact that he knows he has an older player.
Can I play devil's advocate against that?
Of course you can.
The fact that I ain't playing devil's advocate. This is just what I feel. The reason why those coaches can do that because they had a better team and they had a healthy team. The other role players was okay. Dwight had his back issues. Ron Artest was out with a knee injury. Paul Gasol was out for a while, and Steve Nash was out. So who else do you have? Kobe Bryant had to play point guard this year.
Well, here's the thing.
So those other players has a luxury to play those other guys.
I get that. The point is that he shouldn't have been playing 46 minutes. I mean, you're not losing. Here's the thing. So you risk managing him better, knowing with his age and how it takes him to get prepared for games. So you rather risk limiting his minutes opposed to not having him at all. That doesn't seem like a very wise choice. So if he had been managed better, even Mitch Kupchak was like, well, Kobe pretty much let Kobe do what Kobe wants to do.
In
fact, he tweeted, I'll be watching the game from my couch, kind of relaxing. I'll be calling in with halftime for adjustments. What? No, he tweeted that, and it's so funny because don't get me wrong, I love Kobe Bryant. I know a lot of people hate him.
Yeah, I'm a big Kobe Bryant fan too.
I'm
a huge Kobe Bryant fan.
Huge Kobe Bryant fan. But that's just he's so competitive. It all comes down to what he's probably going to play this injury by ear, see how he recovers, and I do believe that if he can't play to the level that he needs to, he's got his 5 rings. He'll probably walk away. But the bigger question is more about the Lakers. What do they do? The question's been thrown around. Should they go ahead and put amnesty on Kobe Bryant because they can save roughly about $30 million and use that $30 million to go get some other players to replace him because he's going to be gone pretty much for the duration of the season.
Yeah, right. The whole season.
So do you give him amnesty because then it turns out he's in the last year of his contract anyways? If he decides he wants to retire, it can be with the Lakers one way or the other. Now, granted, when you amnesty a player, you can only do one on the team.
That's it.
Granted, other teams have the ability to, since he'll be an FA at that point, to go ahead and go on the wire and say we want Kobe Bryant. I think that he would choose to end his time in LA. I don't think he would want to go anywhere else. But like you said earlier when we were doing the pre-show meeting, well, why amnesty Kobe Bryant when obviously maybe you can get rid of the likes of, Paul Gasol or something else.
Right.
Because the whole point of amnesty is getting rid of a bad contract. Because remember, when amnesty, there's been some changes in the new CBA, but it used to be that when you got rid of that one loan bad contract, it still hits you in the salary cap, but it didn't hurt you with the luxury tax.
Right.
So the upside to giving amnesty to him would honestly be they could save roughly $30 million. That's a lot of money to go out and get some replacement players that you honestly need. Here's the thing. Can you afford to get rid of Paul Gasol right now without Kobe Bryant?
That's true. I didn't think about it. Yeah, that's a good one.
Not to mention you don't know that Dwight Howard is going to stay in LA.
That's
is the other thing.
One.
So to be honest, they might really strongly, they probably should just have this conversation behind closed doors. They talk about everything else with him. So have this conversation behind closed doors about, hey, look, obviously you still get won't he make like $30 million?
$30 million.
Here's the thing, he'll make $30 million in the season he sits and doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I think that insurance will pay for it or something.
So
like
the bottom line comes down to why not save $30 million, go get additional players. You're not going to get rid of Gasol. You're probably hoping that Howard will stay because the whole thing is, remember, Howard wants his own team. Here becomes your time to shine, to show the LA Lakers that you can pull this off. This might technically be the changing of the guard in LA with Dwight Howard potentially becoming that star for them.
I want to bring it back to Kobe. I just love this post, and this is just the part I love the most. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Find the silver lining and get to work with the same belief, same drive, and same conviction as ever. And
can you do me a favor? Can you take that tweet and then put Derrick Rose to it?
and that's
or send it to D Rose.
And that's the thing. That's kind of what I want to bring this all back to. You see this with Kobe. You see this guy with this type of drive and this type of will and determination, and you know that this is the type of person that can lead your team.
That's what we talked about this. We talk about this every week. That is the intangible, and I think it irritates everybody sitting at this table. Is that you want Derrick Rose to have that desire, that drive, that hunger. Because to me, that's the difference between a superstar and somebody who's amazing at that point.